previously on Chris's last visit up to the ranch. Him and his dad worked on getting some of the drainage plumbing into the ground.
Alright, there goes Big Daddy.
They tried moving a lot of loads of dirt down to the front gate where we have water issues in the snowmelt. While things took a turn for the worse with Chris's dad almost flipping the rock truck with a full bucket and himself inside, Chris was luckily able to recover the situation.
Good morning. So we got most of this plumbing wrapped up now. The only thing I got left is on 2-inch line from this guy here. I got to run that to the shower, and as we talked about yesterday, I need a P-trap for that, so Big Daddy's gonna go grab that today. And then we got to put a 10-foot stack on top of here just for doing our pressure test when the inspector comes. So that's it for there. I'm gonna move on to something else. Maybe I'll get some breakfast cooked since Big Daddy's still not up, and I think, judging by where the sun is, it's probably around 7:30ish, so we'll see if we can wake him up. Alright, so we're ready to do our water test on our plumbing lines. The inspectors want to have all the lines full with water, and then you have to have a 10-foot stack to simulate pressure on the system. So couldn't really figure out the best idea on how we were going to fill that up. You know, initially I thought, well, we'd have to fill the bucket of the excavator up and drive that up here, and then use our little 1-gallon water jug and fill it up one by one. And then as we started building the lines, realizing that was going to take a long time, so we ended up buying a trash pump and 386 feet of hose. Ended up taking 325 feet to get there, but we're gonna test this out and see if we can get water up there and if it's gonna work, hopefully. So our initial test of the pump worked pretty good. Only downside is the cheap ass fittings Champion gives you to connect the outlet. It's just a plastic fitting leaks. And I thought of it when I was at the store getting the hose. I should have bought another set of cam locks and swapped it out right away, but we'll get that later. But it's good enough to get going for right now. So now the plan is, ooh, that pipe there is our stack we got to fill. This is the only way I can come up with filling it, is drag the hose up the excavator, fill the pipe, and hopefully it doesn't leak. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's well, we either got a leak or it once you got to the top it still had air trapped in it and it was slowly releasing, so we're gonna go up there and see what it looks like. All right, so good news, it was down about 2 feet, but I topped it back up and I think it was just air still trapped in the system, so we'll I don't know, wait an hour or so and see what it looks like, and let's fingers crossed it holds. There's 2 joints in the beginning. I forgot to glue both sides, but I did have a lot of glue on the fitting. You know, those are the only 2 I'm a little worried about, but I think all in all it'll be fine. So unfortunately we did have a leak. It was right in the one joint that I had mentioned earlier, where I forgot to glue both sides where I didn't want it to be, since it's at a Y. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to reuse this pipe fitting, because I don't have any more. And not only that, but to try to make this, or to fit a new Y in, is going to be even harder. So let's hope we can get this out without breaking the fitting, and with what we got. As you can see, there's no glue, was only at the end. We got really lucky there. My only other concern is, I know this joint here and this one in behind, I did the same thing. I think those are the only 3. They weren't leaking when this guy was leaking, but you never know.
Now, with the plumbing and drainage for the house officially done and tested and repaired for leaks, they can move on to digging and laying down the Thermopex piping for the wood boiler lines. Working with piping that is roughly 5 inches in diameter is proven to be a difficult task.
Alright, so we got our trench dug for our pool shed. Next is to run our electricity and our water going to the pool shed. So it comes along here. Then it runs down here. And I think we're just going to have a little 6x6, 6x8 pool shed there that'll have our pumps for the pool, our filters, little electrical panel, and a bit of storage. So we're gonna run a 2-inch water line from inside the house and back, so a return and a feed. And then we're gonna run a number 4 ACW electrical wire, and then we'll run some conduit for some communication. All right, I got this cool pipe cutter from Amazon here to help speed things up, and it beats using the reciprocating saw. Only drawback is it only goes up to 2.5, but for this 2-inch stuff it works perfect. This is class 60 pipe, which is a little bit thinner wall than your regular sked 40, but even on that it still works. Just like that, nice clean cut. Alright, so we got our conduit and our ACW in the trench. So starting from here, which is where the pool shed's going to go, all the way down. And then into the mechanical room. Alright, so we just had Robert out from Regional District to do the inspection on the rough-in plumbing, and he took a look at everything and said everything looks good, and we passed, so we're ready to backfill. I think, just to be on the safe side, I think I'm probably going to leave the water in the pipe, just for my peace of mind, that when I come back up here I'd like to see water still in it. That way I know that that one fitting isn't going to cause us any problems. I think we're fine, being that there's no water leaking right now anyways. But I'll show you what else we've done. We got that green pipe in the line. That was a royal nightmare. That stuff does not flex whatsoever. But that is now in our trench, along with our conduit for communication and a number 4 ACW for our power to the boiler and for the boiler shed. So that's run the whole way. So we're going to backfill the majority of it.
Stay tuned in by subscribing to our channel to watch more on our homestead builds. Thanks for watching.